Have you ever experienced any manufacturing issues with your new ball glove? Well, I think I might have. Traditional Japanese ball gloves remain a mystery to many of those young athletes in America, especially those who don't know a ton about ball gloves. But the greatest thing about knowing about what a Japanese ball glove encompasses is that it comes with a lot of different things. You have various different features, you have different design specs, and overall you have a lot different craftsmanship. When you get a Japanese ball glove, it's important that you treat it with a lot of respect. And you also make sure that your ball glove is very well protected and you don't do anything stupid with it. This right here, folks, is the Wagyu JB001T Pitchers Model Glove. And I've already done a video about this, so if you guys want to go and check that out, it is right up here in the suggestion icon. You can go and check that out. That is a full video explaining this glove, its features, and just kind of some subtle differences between Japanese traditional ball gloves. One of the biggest things that I noticed about this glove right away when I got it out of the box was there was a lot of creaking to this glove. Now, I originally thought that that would go away, but about 7 to 8 months later, and that creaking still hasn't really stopped, as you can kind of hear in this glove. The heel pad is still very stiff. I have played a decent amount of catch with this glove, but there's just a lot of things in this glove that I still don't quite understand. Every time I play catch with it, the ball comes back like discolored and it kind of leaves a black residue on the baseball. In addition to that, I also noticed how the laces have kind of they're a lot looser on this ball glove. The laces also feel kind of plasticky and a little stiff. So I'm not exactly sure why these things are happening with this glove. I talked it over with a couple people and they think it could be a manufacturing issue, just with, companies just getting these things off the line. They don't really take a lot of time to inspect the ball glove and make sure that it's inspected properly and that the laces and everything are okay on the glove. This glove was very stiff when I first got it, and since then it has gotten a lot looser. Obviously I can fully squeeze this glove and everything, right? But there's just a couple things I noticed about it that I just didn't quite really understand. And 8 months later, these problems are still arising. Now I know a lot more about ball gloves than I did about 8 months ago. So when I originally got this glove, my first thing I thought to do was go to Dick's Sporting Goods and getting it steamed. Some of the first things I noticed about after I got it steamed was that there was a little bit of discolorment right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like a little pink, a little purple. I kind of noticed that right away, so I was a little skeptical about why that happened, and I think it could have been what people at Dick's sprayed onto the glove. My buddy who got this for me traveled with it, so a lot of the moisture could have been sucked out of the glove before it was brought back here. So the glove was really small before they steamed it, and then after they steamed it, it was a lot bigger. So that was kind of something interesting I noticed. Originally, I got this during the summer, so then when I went back to school, I went back to Dick's and had it steamed again. It was kind of interesting. I didn't understand why it was still stiff even after 2 times I'd steamed it. I break this thing in the most I could, and just the laces and everything just still felt a little plasticky, especially that black residue that kept leaving on baseball. The heel is still very, very stiff. Just the glove is it feels very plasticky. Could these problems have arisen because of the glove being steamed at Dick's Sporting Goods? Maybe. Could these have been poor manufacturing issues? Possibly. After I saw these problems arise, I decided to reach out to the owner of Glove Refresh and see if him and his team could solve these issues that I quite haven't in the last 8 months. After a quick, short meeting with Rich Davis and his team over at Glove Refresh, I decided I'd send him the glove.
What's going on, guys? Rich here with Glove Refresh. Today we have a glove sent in to us by Andrew. He said he was having some problems breaking this in and had already tried a couple other methods. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed and see what we're working with. Oh, very cool. Closed one-piece pitching Japanese glove. He said this was a Wagyu JB, which obviously looks like it is. He said he had this steamed twice and the laces were pretty stiff on it. Not too bad. I think if we did the water method on this, it will look pretty good. Let's go ahead and get a feel. Not too bad, but we can definitely work on that shape and get it fixed up a little bit better. All right, so now that we're ready to go ahead and break this thing in, there is a couple differences with a Japanese mitt that I wanted to go over because we're gonna do things slightly different than we normally would. So the Japanese mitts, they tend to have a thinner, stiffer leather, which makes it more durable, but it tends to be a little bit harder to work with. So to soften that up, we're gonna go ahead and soak it with water first to start off with. That'll get the leather nice and hydrated to make it stretch a little bit more than it normally would. After that, we're gonna go ahead and form it with our hands on the mat here. Have a couple different weighted balls and mallets that we can use. After that, we're gonna go ahead and let it fully dry. And then tomorrow, once it's dry, we're gonna hit it with the glove smasher to get that all softened up and ready for Andrew. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so before we go ahead and dunk this in the water, I'm just gonna go ahead and undo all the knots. That's just something I like to do just to make sure the laces stay nice and straight once it dries. All right, now that they're all untied, we're gonna go ahead and dunk it. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start forming it with our hands. And as you can see, after we get the laces wet, they stretch a lot more. It's already getting pretty loose, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten up the laces and then let that dry, and then we'll get it smashed tomorrow, loosened up. All right, now that we're done with the water, it's nice and softened up, so we gotta go ahead and get it over on the drying rack to let that sit until it's completely dry, and then we'll get to smashing it tomorrow. One important thing is you do want it to be in the proper shape that you want it to close in before you set it on the drying rack. So we're gonna leave it pretty open for him, so that way tomorrow we can go ahead and form that hinge point right there. Just go ahead and let it dry right there, and then go ahead and turn the fans on. All right, day 2, gloves all dry now. So next step is we are going to go ahead and get it conditioned up and then go ahead and start smashing it. So the shape is a lot better right now, but it's still just slightly stiff. So we're gonna go ahead and get that fixed, tighten up the laces, and then get it sent back to Andrew. Pocket a little bit more with a weighted ball. Pretty sweet. We're just gonna go ahead and now tighten up the laces, retie all the knots, and we'll go ahead and get it boxed up and shipped out. Okay, so during one of our inspections, we did notice at one of the nicks in the lace, if you see right here, there's a slight nick in it, and this was before we put any tools on it, so I don't think that was from us. But we're gonna go ahead and get that swapped out for Andrew anyways, because I don't wanna get it sent back, have him have a lace bust on it, you know, a couple weeks, months later down the road. So I went ahead and called him, and what we're gonna do is just go ahead and swap this out with a 2-tone lace, and so we're gonna add in Chieftain Tan here for the fingers and then for the web as well. So go ahead and get that swapped out. All right, so we're all done with the lacing. I think it turned out fantastic. So now it's just time to go ahead and hand it off to Decker. She'll get it boxed up and then get it sent back to Andrew.
So it has been about roughly 1.5 to 2-ish weeks since I first sent in my glove to Rich at Glove Refresh, and I'm really excited to look at this, open this, and give you guys my first impressions of the work he's done to my Japanese ball glove. Without further ado, let's take a look. All right, here we go. Look at that, wow. Okay, I like this packaging. Got a little bit of Sarna baseball conditioner. It's a nice little touch right there. Wow. Oh, he sent me back the laces with it. Got a nice little Glove Refresh sticker right there. Wow. Holy smokes. Wow. That is a lot better, I will say. This is a lot better, broken in wise. It's a lot more sturdy when you hold it. I think the work that he's done with the fingers and like this, the one-piece web. Wow, really nice. I love this color too. This is like really cool. Wow. I love the shape of this too. This is nice. Rich, I think you did a really good job with this. Thank you so much, Rich. Thank you again. I cannot thank you enough. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you. First off, I would like to thank Rich and his team at Glove Refresh for all the work that they put into this ball glove. The glove shape needed some work and it needed to be formed, and Glove Refresh delivered all the way here. This glove now feels a lot more consistent with what you see in a lot of traditional Japanese ball gloves. As we've talked about before on this channel, Japanese ball gloves are a lot more shallow, are a lot wider, and they have a lot more of a shallow pocket. So this glove is now formed more traditional to what you kind of see a lot with those gloves. This glove still has a little bit of creakiness to it, but not nearly as much as it did before. And to my surprise, when Rich and his team were inspecting this glove, they saw that there was a slight tear in one of these laces here in the fingers, and they put in tan laces, and this glove looks 10 times cooler than before I had it. The complete services that Glove Refresh offers is absolutely unmatched, and they pride themselves on how professional they deal with all their clients and everyone who goes through their company in all aspects. One last time, I'd like to thank Rich and everyone at Glove Refresh for taking their time to fix my ball glove and collaborate with my YouTube channel. I deeply appreciate it. If you guys would like to check out Glove Refresh, I will be leaving links in the description of this video to their social media platforms, their websites, so you all can go check out the services that they offer and everything else that they have. I'll be leaving all the links in the description below. Once again, thank you all for watching the video, and if you haven't already, please go and subscribe. We're almost to 300 subs, so if you haven't already, please go subscribe and comment down below if you want to see any more of these types of videos. Anyways guys, thank you all for watching. Heidi Throws out. See you in the next video.